the 1806, the famous area by Lincoln State Park. Standing here where 8 months ago it didn't look like this. 20 days ago you couldn't go on this road without getting a fine of $250. Digital Smoke Signals here, still in North Dakota on the 1806. We're on a highway that has been recently opened. Show you guys many times I've come down this road. This is one of 5 updates within the hour. The 1806. See, I'm going to show you guys right here is the area where the National Guard used to be, right here. The National Guard used to be right here, and many times I'd get a call and people would say, Myron, they're coming down the road and the police are there, and I come flying down here and find out they're doing shift change, you know, and people were so on high alert here of what they've witnessed here in North Dakota. This 1806 right here, though, was not always as friendly right here where I'm walking. Okay? Can you guys hear me good? Just make sure. This 1806 right here was not always this friendly. This is where the barricade was going. And at times they would direct you through this dirt road. And this dirt road over here would take you on the 1806 or the Highway 6. Relatives, the documentation of digital smoke signals here in Standing Rock, North Dakota has to do with the party history not accurately being told. And I knew it was very important that I tell this story through indigenous eyes. Very much indigenous eyes. This beginning, before I even got here, I've been preparing on how to tell our story through indigenous eyes and accurately interpret it the way we see it, or it would not be interpreted correctly. Wind's going here. All right, relatives. So where we're documenting this on this highway 1806 is kind of a historical moment in the very beginning, where the National Guard came in. Morton County Police Department, the Sheriff's Department, Highway Patrol. But just remember that this is a moment in history where we had to stand in the front. I had to walk across that barricade many times to show you that we still have the right to document. As dual citizens, I say that many times, not only am I a United States American citizen, I'm a citizen of another nation, a Paiute nation, out in Nevada, the Walker River Paiute tribe, which Morton County acknowledged my ID, my tribal ID, which I've used the whole time I've been here. Whenever I've been pulled over, whenever I've been stopped by Morton County Police Department or the South Dakota or any of the officers out there, I've always used my tribal ID to acknowledge that this is Indian land first, and that where we were at was on treaty land. And many of the officers agreed, many officers knew that that's where we were at, and they continued to support, but they had to do their jobs. I don't hold it against them, but I do hold some of the things they did not stop. But again, I can't tell you that I don't know what happened behind the scenes and how many officers did walk away and how many officers did stand up for indigenous rights. And fix my collar here for a minute, guys. Okay. One of 5 videos I'm going to make is an update here today, just to share with you guys again this 1806 road and this road, dirt road that goes to Highway 6. Many people came down this road, back and forth, supplies, so many things that support from Bismarck. That, you know, today was a really weird day because the tension is gone somewhat in Bismarck, and I didn't feel it when I walked in the stores and I walked around. I also did not see the police presence and militarization as we did before. So very much different, even at Bismarck, very much different. And that was a officer that drove by. So as we continue to go down and document share the story of why I had to be here as an independent community journalist, filmmaker, digital storyteller, and to share those teachings on why this had to be told through indigenous eyes. Many of you guys that are at these camps now, it's important that if you interpret the previous people before you on this land, interpret their stories, and have local tribal members interpret their stories, and the community members, and educate them why you're there. Don't be there just to fight a pipeline. You know, there's more than that for indigenous people. These are the lands that we walked upon that is no longer, as we witnessed here in North Dakota, things have changed in ways we never thought would change. And these fences in all directions here that are up, and places you can't go on private property, and this is the world that we've seen change in our lifetime, and some of the elders have seen this in their lifetime change, where their traditional food sources are no longer accessible. The foods that they grew up eating, the deer, the rabbits, the fish, you know, the ducks, certain foods they no longer can have access to, that we're seeing traditional medicines that are on private property. Those are the things that we're seeing now. So this is one step in educating not just our non-native relatives, but all our indigenous people, is to know your traditional lands the best possible way you can, and that you can help share and educate and empower our relatives and ourselves on why we're here, protecting the sacred, protecting the water. One of many things, though, as indigenous people, we've had to protect these lands. And what we've seen here in North Dakota was, I had to be here to document this, because in history there is yellow journalism. In history there is inaccurate stories and not being told by us. And that's why it was so important that I was here testing the barricade boundaries and walking across through there. I've walked down, if you guys ever seen the early posts, walking down up there, they said I could walk across and walk back, and no one stopped me. And then I'd drive and walk back again, and I'd ask them, you know, you can ask, it's okay to ask, test your boundaries to know that you're not breaking the law, you're breaking all the rules. Breaking all the rules of what we're seeing here by knowing your rights. So again, 1 of 5 interviews, updates, relatives. I'll catch you in the next 10 minutes at the next stop and give you another update. Oh.